Hey guys, what's going on? Kevin Cage back with another daily cryptocurrency video. Like and subscribe if you like what we see, and let's get right into this today. So let's be really brief with this video. So right here, of course, we know Bakkt. The Bakkt warehouse opens today. It's regulated, and today's the 6th this evening, and it's regulated by the New York State Department of Financial Services, NYDFS, as a limited purpose trust company, providing customers with a qualified custodian of Bitcoin. Again, time and time again, as we always hear, New York State, at least, is one of the hardest states in terms of strict regulation. And to know that they're actually custodying these types of solutions, these decentralized platforms, even though I politely disagree that Bitcoin is decentralized as we claim it to be, that there's regulatory clarity going on the back end, and it is simply a matter of time that it should be released, and it better be released this year, in my opinion. Very smart how Ripple, as a company is going around. They're not necessarily waiting for regulations. They're at least urging and cooperating with banks and governments to at least do this, but they're working with the countries that are ready to do so and already have regulations in place. So they have different backup plans. So if the US decides to slow down and be a bit lackadaisical, doesn't matter. Japan will spearhead it. If Japan isn't, it's all good because they're working their partnerships with Australia. They're working with Canada. I mean, I feel like they're already well within Canada, and that's another monster we don't even talk about. Of course, the Middle East is another dormant market, and now we're actually even working on initiatives in Africa. Not to say that there's tons and tons of money in Africa, but it's still a nascent market, an emerging market that actually suffers from a lot of the pain points, and Ripple can really help bridge those inefficiencies to help everyday people as well, not just, giant financial groups and institutions. All right. So very, very exciting to see that progress. So what I want to talk about actually, and keep in mind, everything I look at, everything that everyone tags me in, I absolutely read everything thoroughly before going over it. If I don't understand something, I'll be honest and let you guys know. But typically I'll at least do, 30 minutes to an hour of comprehensive understanding to be able to speak about it. And if I don't, I'll flat out tell you. I might not know, but I can find out. And that's, what I like to take pride in, because I do not want to come off as arrogance, but I do believe I'm pretty well informed, and I'm learning each and every day from all of you as well. So thank you. For a lot of the people that give me big comments in YouTube, I do read them. I'm sorry if I don't have always time to reply, but I keep it in mind for the next video. All right, so right here, Matthew Linney, Temenos providing SEPA, and it's SEPA, SEPA instant payments. So real-time payments for SEPA, instant payments. So offering real-time payments is the next step in the harmonization of payments in the single euro payments area, supporting Europe's competitiveness and economic growth. With the migration to SEPA, credit transfers, and direct debits near completion, the digitalization, and I like to kind of use that interchangeably with the tokenization, because it's a matter of time, because they still have to send value, of the economy, leading to new consumers and retailers' expectations. Offering SEPA instant payments was a natural progression. All right, so as we can go on, we can see that market, but also to bring direct debits over 34 countries at the same time. When Europe worked on SEPA, other countries worked in parallel in speeding up payments to fulfill customer expectations. And so you might be questioning, all right, what does this have to do? We've already talked about the connections between Ripple and Temenos. As we go right here, again, another snippet. Talking about real-time payments, in essence, true RTP real-time payments must meet the following criteria. So we know real-time within a few seconds. XRP, check, 3 to 5 seconds. 24/7, absolutely, it's open all the time. Multi-channel, yes. Omni-channel, yes. Same concept. Domestic or pan-European or international, absolutely. And bank processing with irrevocable payments, yes. And now right here, are real-time payments only available through RTP schemes? Now they're talking about the normal payment rails that are existing today that offer real-time payment solutions, known as crypto rails. Now pay attention, we're going to name drop Ripple now. These allow currencies and payments to flow cheaply, rapidly, and smoothly as information on the internet, helping provide relief from high exchange rate fees. Now, sometimes it could potentially make more sense to go fiat to fiat if that corridor is more liquid, if it's cheaper. There's a few factors, whether you go X current or X rapid, but keep in mind, as liquidity increases, of course, X rapid utilizing XRP will be the cheapest by far. So the Ripple protocol, for example, is a distributed payment network that allows exchanges between any currency, including balance checker funds authorization. Using this protocol, users can send currency, routing the transaction through the lowest cost exchange path on the network. The lowest cost automatically, and have payments converted into local currency and delivered into the recipient's wallets immediately. And this is literally on Temenos right now. They're talking about the Ripple protocol. All right, and then Ripple Insights. I know Sam I Am has done some deep dives into this as well, which is awesome, and I appreciate it. And this is shared again by Stuart_XRP, just to contribute to this thread by Matthew Linney. And we see Meet Bluezell, a regulated provider of Ripple software solutions. And yes, this is dated back to 2015. We have been in the game for a long time. You cannot forget about these other players. And then right here, Figure 11, Temenos Level 2 solution. So we see payments and mobile money, digital engagement. You see a few things here. We can see the digital channels, the API layer with core banking and infrastructure. And then as we see here, circled right here, transaction processing, Bluezell. And this is all a Temenos PowerPoint. So you have to look, and there's so much money. And again, even King Solomon, again, we're going to go over an article written by him, but Temenos is Ripple enabled and TCS banks. All right. So I wanted to show those connections. I know I've shown it in the past, so you already are pretty well aware of this. But if not, ask a question down below, and I can do a deep dive into this as well for any newcomers that have, come on in the past, 5 months maybe? All right, and yeah, I was just kind of going over some SAPO, just kind of seeing, what they wanted to talk about and if any news. But again, this is an old video of 2012, so don't worry about it. But all right, XRP researcher, it's XRP news _. All year, we've been telling the Twitter community India is using RippleNet. Well, yeah, we have been, because Ripple literally says that they had, 80% of the Indian financial market in their pipeline in terms of Indian banks? Literally, a Ripple employee has said that at a conference. So yeah, of course we believe that. That's not something we're going to take lightly and forget about. And now we have even more proof. So we finally got confirmation for the second, and I'm sorry if in the last video I did say first, I did make a mistake, but this is the second largest private bank in India. India loves Ripple, absolutely. And this is Kotak or Kotak. Again, I'm going to have to make sure I'm pronouncing it incorrectly, but I highly recommend you guys check this out. This is on xrprightnow.com. And again, another one confirmed. This has been on the back end. Remember, to be confirmed, they must be piloting. They, most likely using Xcurrent. Eventually, you can upgrade, getting all of these corridors lit up and go Xcurrent 4.0, which is XRP enabled. Everything. And this is just plans within plans. And I'm sorry if I'm quoting that. I know that's cliche, but when you see a true business plan, this is what happens. For all the kids in the market, business does not happen overnight. Business contains people. How to grow that? Business is, literally it's all about relationships. You have to grow and foster relationships in every sector, in every department. It takes time. All right, we are on Coil. I'm not sure if you can see my little extension, but I do have a Coil subscription to support people and bloggers. So right now, King Solomon, XRP_owl on Twitter, definitely follow him. I'm following him. I am actually streaming micropayments of XRP to him right now as a content creator to thank him for creating this. So this is really cool. I want to go over this briefly, and I highly recommend you check him out. All right, the link for King Solomon's article on Coil, he'll actually be linked in the description, and I highly recommend you guys check this out. Give him a follow on Coil if you have a subscription. If not, oh well, but definitely follow him. Same handle on Twitter. So Intellect Design Arena, IGTB, CBX product, IntelliChain. So we're going to be talking about IntelliChain, Intelligent Audit, and Dutch banking group ING. So as we can see right here, the screenshot up here, IntelliChain powered by Ripple. Recommended and cheapest. IntelliChain is the newest, fastest, cheapest way to make your international payments. So let's check this out. Many of us know that IGTB utilizes Ripple technology for cross-border payments. I recently came across a video from a previous Sibos conference from IGTB that states their CBX product utilizes IntelliChain powered by Ripple. So he dug in. Again, you guys can watch these videos. They all link the sources as well for those of you that want additional proof to follow it up instead of just watching a YouTube video, which I always recommend is always look at the source. Take everything with a grain of salt until you can confirm it yourself. Now let's take a look at IntelliChain first being used. That this hasn't been dived into yet, and he's really the first that I've seen talk about this, so thank you, sir. And right here, blockchain software IntelliChain launched, which has been enabled with Ripple. First transactions executed between CIBC and NAP. So as we can see here, the above photo is from a DBS Bank annual report of April of last year, IntelliChain powered by Ripple. And then CIBC is the Canadian Imperial Bank of Commerce, and NAB, not NAP, excuse me, I said that earlier, perhaps it's a typo, is the National Australia Bank. So, okay, gives a little summary of both of these. Plenty, we already know they're holding, custodying large amounts. IntelliChain is a universal billing system powered by a blockchain, aka Ripple, and then control from warehouse to payment, of course. DLT has a plethora of benefits, of course, for transparency and to really help the inefficiencies and get rid of the middlemen and really streamline all these, business processes. All right, so right here, 2,500 clients representing more than $9 billion in aggregate transportation spend. Some of their largest clients include Warner Brothers and Cox Enterprises. And let's get into the juicy bit. So now, November of 2018, ING Bank Group total assets, almost $1 trillion. Check this out, $887 billion of 2018, integrating a new banking app called the one and only IntelliChain. Great find. And this is, guys, this is just one example. And there are all kinds of great researchers like King Solomon here, and they are doing this day in and day out. So we have to support them on platforms such as Coil as we're streaming payments, because right now there are middlemen. And even for content creators on YouTube, everyone thinks they're making so much money. In reality, they're really not. People that are doing these deep dives deserve a lot more, credit. For example, XRP Crypto Wolf on Twitter, I share all of his content. He does such great research and actually keeps me up to date instantaneously, whether it's on Twitter or any other medium. And every once in a while, he'll share, an affiliate link, and it costs you nothing. If you're going to use the service, for example, the Bitrue exchange, he gives up, his time, he gives his livelihood to give deep research for all of us so we can sit there and research thanks to his findings. And somebody, I really like, they comments, and they said, oh, I like your posts except for these types. And every, 1 in 50 posts, he, posts something about helping, support him a little bit for all his hard work. And then they'll say, oh, I don't like these posts. And no matter what you do, there's always going to be someone criticizing you. Everybody wants everything for free. But you know what? What is wrong with supporting someone that's doing all of this for you? We're in the age of information. We have, information at our fingertips. If you're lazy, you can go look in articles. You don't have to go through social media and, work off somebody's hard work. And nothing against that gentleman either, because I totally get his point. I'm not a fan of always seeing affiliate links either. But what's the big deal? You have to respect it. You have to support it. Even my channel, I have affiliate links. Any funding that helps goes right to my channel. It helps me grow. It helps, me do this a little bit more full time. That's all. So there's nothing wrong with it. We have to support, each other and one another in the XRP community. And I know we're, different from a lot of communities, and I appreciate that. And I just wanted to address that quickly. But all right, so the ING Group connections. So again, ING Group, we've talked about them before. A Dutch multinational banking and financial services corporate. And right here, I don't even know how to pronounce this product manager at ING, so I'm sorry, I'm not going to say it. Told delegates about the bank's new app, IntelliChain, currently under development. All right. And that's set out to provide users with real-time updates on potential disruptions to their supply chain to help clients cut costs and gain more transparency. So DLT, but you have to remember, just because it's DLT and there's more transparency, it might not necessarily be blockchain, because blockchain is one type of DLT. They're still going to be transporting value with this because they are banks. This is in the financial sector, and they still need an agnostic source to transfer and transmit value instantaneously with live payment rails and liquidity, and that is XRP. And again, between Canada, Australia, any other groups that use this, all right, even ING, they need to go cross-border. All right, going the Swift way is not solving anything. Even if they go Swift GPI, it doesn't matter. There's still Nostro and Vostro accounts that are costing these banks trillions of dollars. All right, so I want to talk about that. And now we can just see that connection. So right here, feel free to look more into the relationships above. Incredibly interesting. ING is integrating IntelliChain, which is powered by Ripple. And I'm sure there are plenty more connections and trials that have been ran with IntelliChain. So whether or not IntelliChain will be a success, this is one of the, plethora of examples of all kinds of POCs, proof of concepts being tested in the workplace. Right here alone, we have, Dutch banking group ING, we have the Canadian Imperial Bank of Commerce, and the National Australian Bank. And then, I was kind of looking at the videos and doing some research as well, seeing what else I could find. But, yeah, guys, hope you enjoyed that. And again, remember, King Solomon's Coil link is actually at the top of my description. Go ahead, click that, support it, or even just share it on Twitter. So again, guys, thank you so much, and until next time.